So welcome to Mobile Graphics. This tutorial will just make it very fast. So in this tutorial we are going to be creating glass morphism, the one of our business card, or let's call it ATM. But I would like you to do something for me before we continue. Just click on subscribe button and subscribe to this my channel. Subscribe to this my channel so that you can encourage me to do more of videos like this. So just click the button. I know I love you and I trust you that you're going to do that. Thank you. So let us dive into the tutorial. So in today's tutorial, we are going to be creating this our what's it called, circles that I want to use. You can see this the circle, the colors that I use. I use gradients for it. You can see the gradients. So let's see the value of the gradients. You can see the value. That's the value of the gradients. So let me see. This is the value of one of it. Let me show you everything. The second one, or if you can just walk around brighter color. So that's how I create my gradient. You can see. So we have this one ingredient, this ingredient, this ingredient, this ingredient. So that's the very first image we do. What we do, we save it as image. We save it as image. So that's the very first thing we do. So after saving this as image, now we create our rectangle. So let's create our rectangle. You need something like this. Let's create our rectangle. You're fine. So after creating our rectangle, you give it a radius of 10. Radius of 10. Yeah, we are good to go. After giving it a radius of 10, let us send it to the back and see how it's going to start. Yeah. Now we are good to go with this. Good to go, good to go, good to go. So let me take it up a little bit and center it. Let me center it. So now what I'm going to do is for me to lock all this circle. The first circle, I'm going to lock it. So after locking it, I will save this image as PNG. You can see, I'll save it as PNG, save image as PNG. So after saving it as PNG, so what I need to go first to do, let me restore back my background to black. Let me restore back my background to black. Okay, after restoring back my background to black. So this, I'm going to leave this one for now. So let me go and close it too. So I'm good like this. So I go to a third-party app. You can use many apps. You can use, if you know how to use Photoshop Touch, or you know how to use Picsart. So let us work on it with Picsart so that you can know. Let us work on it with Picsart quickly. On Picsart, we just upload this particular image. After uploading this particular image, you just add FS. You just add what's it called? You add blur to it, Gaussian blur. So you can see. Let us just increase the value a bit. So I'll give it a point of 20. Let me just flip something. Okay, 25. It's good. So you save it. You're good to go. So, but I don't like something about this particular Picsart because it's just add some certain black something here. So that's more reason I don't really like using it. But let us use an app that will do this job perfectly for me. So let us go to Photoshop CC. That's the mobile version. So I'm going to be adding here photo library. I'm going to be adding from photo. So let me add from my gallery recent. So let me go and look for this particular in my Pixellab. So this is. So I'm going to be clicking on this layer, this particular layer. Go to FS, just like the one in Picsart. So I'm going to add Gaussian blur to it. So let me give it a good value. You can see. So I'm giving it a good value. So I click on OK. So it will not add that black effect to this particular one. That's why I prefer this to that one. So let me save. After saving it, yeah, good to go, good to go, good to go. So I click on export. I click on this image I want to export. Oh, sorry, done. I'm clicking on export, save to gallery. This particular one. Okay. So I'm good to go, good to go, good to go like this. So we'll go back to our Pixellab. Going back to Pixellab, first thing first, the image that we first saved, the second, which is the this thing, we bring it in. After bringing it in, fine. You go to the image size, the relative size. You put it to 100. Okay. After putting it to 100, now texture it with the one that we use. So let me use the two texture. Let us see. This one was the very first one that we did with Picsart. You can see it's having something like a blackish sometimes around here, which I don't like. So let us go. I'm going to be changing it to the one I did with Photoshop Touch. So now we are good to go. Good to go, good to go, good to go. So this is what I do. So after doing this, I just click OK. So I'm now going to open the particular one that I did. So let us open all the images first so that you can see the effect. You can see So we are good to go like this, good to go. Something that many people, mistake that many people make is for them to click on this image and not add stroke to it. I've seen a lot of tutorial like that. You add like 0.1 of, no, it will not make this thing come out alive. So one thing I do is just for me to, the image I first, I open it, after open it is down. So I take it up, you can see. So after taking it up, I now go to edit. Going to edit on my image, the blur, or the opacity, let us take it to 5 for us to see how that Morphism feel. Take the opacity to 5. We go to the stroke. You can see the way I did my own stroke, our stroke. I want to use gradient for my stroke, and I use this particular gradient for my stroke. My stroke too is 1.1. It's as good as that. So you can see the gradient. Let us see how I build the gradient. You can see white here, this lighter purple here, and the deeper purple down. So you can see how I did the stroke for that particular stroke here. So we go to this blur radius for the stroke, just 1 point, and we are good to go. So you can see it's having that feel, that's beautiful effect feels. So, and this is all we just need. Our glass Morphism is ready. So another thing you do to that particular stroke, you can see is the stroke. So you go to inner shadow. Let us go to the inner shadow. You activate it, but turn it to white and reduce the radius. Okay, reduce the opacity. Okay, so one thing we do, we increase the radius to just give you that something like embossed 3D. So another thing, just add shadow to it. This shadow is too much. I'm going to be adding shadows to it. Something very reduce the opacity too. So I just want it to come alive. I'm still going to reduce the opacity, increase the blur radius. So we are good to go. So like this now we have our glass Morphism. You can even see the thickness. The thickness of your stroke will determine the thickness of your glass. So that's how it works. So we are good to go. So let us just review everything that I want to put on it. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. So let me close this one. We're still gonna need it. Let me close this like this. Okay. So all we'll be needing on it, I'm going to be revealing everything so that you can see. Yeah. And revealing everything to us so we can see them. So let me take this one up over to the dangles. Okay. So now we are good to go. So all these, they are just PNG files that we can work with. They are just PNG files that we can play with. You can see them one after the other. They are PNG files that we can work with. PNG files. So after that, you save it, and you have a good and a nice Morphism. So that's all about this training. Remember, help us to subscribe to this channel so that we can make more of awesome videos like this. Thank you, and see you in some other videos. Bye bye.